Okay, so now we're going to be talking about our favorite teams for each person in the NFL. Of course, we got this goof over here.
Could even watch the game.
Yeah, I don't know how he's a Packer fan.
I will defend him. He's quite tired. Coles has him working unbelievably.
I know. Coles is so hard, but
yes, Manny.
We got Packers Insider here on the Bears Insider. I'll talk about them. Manny will update us about the Cowboys, and Matt will just chime in on like everyone.
It was the first full game I kind of got to watch for the Bears, and so I can provide a good analysis on what they did wrong.
And you could bring input for Packers and
yeah, I mean, I'm not a Packer fan.
You're really no fan of NFL team. So.
I'm neutral. That's the good thing. Except when it comes to Mariota.
Right. Do we want to talk about the Bears first, or
let's start with the Bears-Packer game?
So we have a surprise on the show today about how the Bears lost to. This video is a video of the Colts kicker. And Bears fans, I just want to remind you that you guys lost a game to a guy that kicked 5 field goals only and lost to this man who, Manny, if you have the video ready, please show it on screen.
A video about this goof right here being told he's going to play in the same league as Derrick Henry and Khalil Mack.
We'll have the link sent to
there's no way this came
explain what the video is.
Why would you bring in a Colts video when we're talking about the Bears-Packers game?
Because I just had to point out that they played the Bears, and this guy wasn't even in the league, and he scored 15 points against the Bears.
This guy wasn't even in the league?
And he scored 15 points.
What are you saying?
Before the season, he was not in the league. And
because he came out of college,
Adam Vinatieri got hurt this year,
and
Adam Vinatieri probably would have done the same thing. But you guys lost to a kicker who scored 5 field goals, and before he got the call that he was going to become the kicker of the Colts, he was building Lego sets, and he was amazed that he would get this opportunity to be in the same league as Khalil Mack, as Manny said, Khalil Mack, Derrick Henry, Aaron Rodgers, and I mean that just speaks for itself.
Okay, why don't we get into the Bears-Packers game?
No, but real quick, let me remind everyone, the Packers played the Colts the week before this game, and who hit the game-winning field goal? Oh yeah, that guy. So he screwed your team over too.
Yeah,
he's a good kicker.
Did he score all 30 points?
I'm bringing up his stats from that game.
Where did he play, Georgia?
Yeah, he was a good college kicker too. I don't know why you hate on this guy. You build Legos. You wear glasses. I mean, that's your knock on this guy. Is he builds Legos and he wears glasses.
Do I play football?
No.
Okay, he can't even jump.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he lives a significantly better life than you. You can't even raise your hand. Raise your hand, Kev. Your right hand.
Other than
yeah, that's how sad you are. So I wouldn't pick on this guy, okay?
And
I saw a pretty good meme of him the other day, which we'll put up on the screen too.
He was with his girlfriend too, so.
Yeah, he's got a girlfriend. This guy's doing significantly better than you are right now.
He went 3 for 3, or he had 4 field goals in that game too against the Packers. So he screwed your team over too.
Our defense screwed us over.
He was 4 for 5.
Okay, but let's get into this actual.
I know. Just had to point that out real quick.
Okay, and just to point out, he's 88% on field goals, just real quick, so that's not a bad kicker. Okay,
right.
Let's get the Bears-Packers game now. Let's keep the Colts kicker out of this. Go.
First, I would like to talk about the Colts.
So, Timmy predicted the week before that this game would be close.
We have a losing streak on.
So we'll end next week. They're losing to the Packers.
Okay.
I seriously see them coming out and winning that
Jimmy,
game.
what do you think, Packers?
Which is quite comical.
Play it.
Which is quite comical when the Bears have lost 4 straight games before last night. They lost their 5th straight yesterday. And what Bears fans don't realize, and what Timmy didn't realize, is what I said the week before, is that Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind. And he proved that last night with 4 touchdowns and just flicking balls left to right to the best receiver in the league, in Devontae Adams. Yes, I said it, best receiver in the league.
Now let's talk about this Bears defense, because they kind of got ran through by Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams.
And hey, real quick, I didn't pick on your Oregon team too much. I could rip them apart if you want.
Rip them apart?
No, I'm just saying. I didn't.
Because you don't know anything about them.
I knew they were irrelevant from the
Ohio
start, and you hyped them up.
We could always talk about that game when Zeke fucked you guys.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going
we'll
into that.
save that for another segment, because...
I'm sorry, you guys got obliterated in Lambeau, which I said would happen.
I'll
it doesn't matter if
finish.
there were no fans. It's Lambeau Field, where Aaron is like 45-1 in the last 4 seasons, and I give Mahomes still MVP, but if Mahomes goes off a game and Aaron Rodgers plays well the rest of the season, there's no reason that he should not win MVP.
Do you have anything else before
Your defense is terrible. Mitch Trubisky threw. I saw in the fourth quarter. He threw when they were garbage time. He threw a pass to the ground 3 times in a row.
Well, I'm gonna say he's like the offense looks better than with Nick Foles. I will just put that.
Okay.
I mean, not saying Trubisky's good in any aspect because he's absolute garbage, and I'll get into that in a minute.
Bad picks.
No, I understand.
Fumbles like 2.
Yeah, so I'll get into that in a minute.
Turnovers.
But you have to admit the Bears' offense looked a lot better with
Yes,
Trubisky.
I mean, they actually have a quarterback that can move 4 feet.
But like I said, the Bears' defense, they're not very good.
He had more turnovers in 3 quarters than Aaron Rodgers.
Let's hear why they're good.
That's true. But yes, Aaron Rodgers now has 33 touchdowns. He has the best passer rating in the league, the best QBR in the league, the 3rd most yards. He has the most 40-plus yard plays in the league. He could win MVP, and he proved that yesterday. I don't care if he had 200 yards. He was dinking and ducking most of the game, but his last touchdown was a absolute flick to Robert Tonyan. So
okay,
do you have anything else, or
nope, that's it.
you want to
let's
go?
Let's get into more of a dialogue. Don't just no monologues. We want dialogues too.
Do you have anything to input? If you want?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked really good. The Bears made their running backs look a lot better than they actually are. I mean,
Aaron Jones is a beast.
He's solid
when he's healthy.
He's not a top running back in the NFL, which the Bears made him look like. Other than that, like I said, the Bears did look a lot better with Trubisky. They actually, he was trying to fire them up in the pregame, I guess, and that didn't go too well because I saw this guy just looking at him like, "Come on, dude." I don't know who it was. It was some defender probably, but The Bears got obliterated, like I said, would happen. They have no offense. You had 2 weeks to prepare for the Packers and this offensive genius in Matt Nagy, and you put up 25 points. And really, let's be honest, it was like 10. We'll call it 10.
All right, so I thought that game was embarrassing. It was horrible. We got blown out by the Packers. It's a rivalry game. It has to be close. It's a rivalry game. How do you get blown out by a rival? That's just embarrassing for the first part. I'm disappointed in my defense because they gave up 40. There's no way. The only thing I have to say though from the game, our linebacking core, Roquan's okay, but Trevathan has been a letdown this year. From game 1, you could see it in the Lion game. They would throw these crossing routes. Trevathan is too old. He doesn't have enough speed to catch up with the receivers or even tight ends. We got burned that game against the Lions. He kept on getting burned, and they exposed that again this weekend, or against the Packers too. He kept on getting burned in man-to-man coverage with a receiver. That was awful, but once again, the defense looked bad running the ball. We didn't have any sacks or quarterback hits too in that game. That's in part because Hakeem Hicks wasn't there. And you can say whatever, oh my God, it's one player. But he is essential to the team. He's a corner piece to our defensive line. If he's not there, we're not the same defense that we were back in 2018. And you could even look back to last year when he was injured. We are not the same without him. The offense looked bad again, but it was better than what Nick Foles is. I agree with what you said. Trubisky seems the better quarterback. It's kind of it gets moving,
it's pick your poison.
But he's just inaccurate. He doesn't read
good
decisions. or he can't read who's open and stuff.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He was electric from 5 yards in, but like I was telling Tim and my dad last night, when the ball leaves the screen, so like basically an 11-yard pass or more, I go, oh no. And every time I went, oh no, it was an interception or just a complete overthrow or even underthrow. I mean, it's astounding that this guy is an NFL quarterback. I don't see how people think he's good. I mean, he's supposed to be this dual
in college.
He's supposed to be this dual threat quarterback who can run the read option and hey, get him running more read options. He doesn't know how to run the read option. It's a simple read. You look at the D lineman, you take the ball. If the lineman commits to the running back, if the lineman stays there, and your like last part or your fallback read is just give it to the running back and let him get pounded because you don't want your quarterback taking shots. And he made wrong reads all 3 times. One ended up being a fumble, and the other 2 he got clocked by a lineman, which you can't have your quarterback taking that. So give it to the running back, worst comes to worst. And he doesn't know how to do that. So, I mean, even in his own system, he's not very good.
You don't want to end up like Drew Brees.
That's exactly what's going to happen if he keeps taking shots like that. And he's been injury prone in years past. Shoulder injuries, hip injuries, leg injuries, whatever, it might be.
But that falls back on the offensive line.
Offensive line is bad.
Atrocious.
It's bad.
I have no expectations whatsoever. They just let the Packers collapse on them. Trubisky has to run out.
Horrible defense, mind you.
And it's either you get sacked or you throw the ball away because you don't have time to find a receiver. Like the offensive line, don't even get me started.
I couldn't pick on it. Go ahead, Kev.
Again, on Mr. Trubisky, like Tony Dungy said I saw the highlight, like Tony Dungy said on his last pick. What did he see there? There's a safety coming back. 2 corners on 1 guy. It was underthrown, and he had 3 guys on him. So you have 3 guys on someone. That means at least 2 receivers are opened.
He's a very bad decision maker. Now let's talk a little bit about this Bears defense because I think it's really a problem. And I don't know if it's necessarily on talent. I think they've lost their edge and their swagger. They used to walk around like they were, the monsters of the Midway, and no one was going to fuck with them. Now, I mean, they can't even tackle. It's getting pathetic. Jalen Johnson, I know you guys love him. You and Andrew just go crazy over him. The guy gets burned on all kinds of reads. He doesn't. I get he's a rookie. I get he's young, but you can't make tackles, and you get burned on a goal line read trying to stop the run from an outside position, and you just let a tight end go wide open.
I'm fine with Jalen Johnson. That's growing pains because I know for a fact. I think corner going in as a rookie is the hardest position to play. Like right out the gate.
Okay.
I'll give him time. In a couple seasons you have to grade him, but I mean so far I think he's doing a great job for being a rookie. You have to give him that.
You can make an argument that the biggest reason the Bears defense is not playing well this year is because of their offense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The time of possession yesterday was 38-22.
No, I understand, and the Packers are a very good possession control the clock team. I think they would have been better off going a little faster. To be honest, you would have put up way more points. But I mean, like I said, the Bears defense, they have no reason to play now. They know their offense isn't going to score. They know they can't hold an elite offense like the Packers to 10 points, which you pretty much have to do because this Bears offense can't score. Like, what's the freaking point? I mean, really, they have no edge anymore and they can't tackle. And you have 2 weeks to prepare. You know Akeem Hicks isn't in there. You have to do something creative to stop the run game. You can't let Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams just run through your defensive line every time. Either you stack the box more, you bring in more safeties to stop the run, force them to burn you deep, which, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I think he was like 2 of 4 for deep passes yesterday, not electric. I mean, it's kind of pick your poison. Just let them run through the middle or force Aaron Rodgers to make a great play with corners like Jalen Johnson and safeties like Eddie Jackson, pressuring receivers, and force them to make catches. I mean, it's a lot harder to do that, so you might as well take that route. But their defense, and I can't blame them. I really can't. But they're just a mess right now, the Bears.
What do you think about Matt Nagy? You think he gets fired next year?
He's a horrible coach. He should have been hired in the first place. That's what I said. 21-3 against the Titans, or 20-3. I'm sorry, 20-3 against the Titans at half. And he's their offensive coordinator, and he's this genius, and he can't draw up 3 plays to win a game, or 3 points to win a game. I mean, they didn't score at all in the second half. Embarrassing. And you pick that guy to be your head coach. Embarrassing.